Folks, buyer beware when buying an as-is property. I'm going to get into that and then the latest home prices and insights for York region for week ending September 18th, 2024. There is a huge misconception when it comes to as-is properties. Now, the buyers don't always understand. The sellers don't always understand. Their respective realtors don't always understand. Everybody just seems to assume as is. It's usually the phrase is as is, where is, no warranties, no guarantees. And so buyers always think, well, if I'm buying like that, I'm buying it blind, and whatever is working or not working or whatever defects I have to accept. And that's kind of how the clause that's written in the agreement explains it. And sellers think, well, I'm going to put as is, where is, and that's it. Whatever is wrong with the house, buyers just have to deal with it. Well, that's kind of sort of true. Here's the misconception. As is, where is does not mean blindly buying as is, where is. If you're the buyer, wouldn't you like to know what you're getting into? Wouldn't you like to know what the defects are? Of course you would. And this is the advice we give our buyers. When buying as-is properties, you can put a home inspection condition. Now, almost every time, the agent on the other side, the listing agent, is going to say, why is there a condition here of home inspection? You're buying as is. And the response to that is, I'm buying as is, but my client wants to know what they're getting into. This recently happened on a purchase we tried to do recently. My clients liked this home. It was being sold as is, and that's what kind of had them on the fence. Should we try to buy? Should we not? Should we put in an offer? How do we know what's wrong? And I explained, well, with a home inspection condition, we'll know what's wrong and you can decide if you want to firm up or not. That was like, oh, if we can do that, let's do that. So we put in an offer with a home inspection condition, and sure enough, the seller, the listing agent on the other side, well, I guess both, the listing agent and the seller, were like, whoa, 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 what is this? It's as is. Why is there a home inspection? And I explained, my clients are prepared to buy with the defects that are there. However, they want to know what the defects are. They don't want to buy it blindly. So before they firm up, we want to do a home inspection to know what we're getting into. And they were reluctant, but we negotiated back and forth. And actually, I should say, before we started the negotiation, the listing agent said, we'll do the home inspection before you actually put in an offer. I said, look, that's possible. But the negative with that is that my clients need to spend $5 or $6 or a little more on a home inspection, and we don't even know if we could agree on a price yet. So why should my clients do that? And this works especially on properties that do not have a lineup of buyers ready to buy. Because if they had other buyers ready to buy, they would have tossed this to the side and one of the other offers would have been firm, because most agents, many agents and clients have this misconception. As is, where is means no home inspection. And again, that's just not true. But there were no other buyers lined up on this house. So we put in the offer with the home inspection condition. The negotiation, we agreed on a price, and we agreed to cut the home inspection time down. We had a 5-day home inspection condition. They were okay, but if we did it in 2 days, which was fine. We checked with our home inspector and he was fine the next day going in, doing the home inspection. That's what we did. So many things were uncovered that we didn't expect. And so my clients have the choice: accept it and just move on and firm up, or decline it and say, no, this is more than what we want to do, or renegotiate. And that's what we tried. We tried to renegotiate. Seller wasn't having it. So we moved on. We went to another house. But my clients felt good that they tried everything and they weren't buying blindly. The home eventually got sold, a little bit more than what we were prepared to pay. And I know people bought it, buyers bought that knowing or not knowing everything they were getting themselves into. So that's the moral of the story today. Just because it's as is, where is, that doesn't mean it's blindly as is, where is. You can still, as a buyer, really do a great job in finding out what are you in for, what are the defects that you're going to be responsible for assuming. If you think this video can help somebody, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. There's a link up here to my calendar. There's another one below this video in the description. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Folks, this show is about detached properties and all the data associated with detached properties across York Region. But if you're looking for something more affordable, more entry level, check out the awesome townhouse we're advertising at the end of this video. Let's get started here. Again, we're focused on detached properties for Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham. These are average sold prices for 3 months. Oftentimes we'll see the same pattern. For Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham, prices often tend to kind of stick together. For this week, weekending September 18, Vaughan kind of broke away from the pack. So let's get started. We're going to start off with Vaughan for weekending September 18th. I should say that now that we're kind of into the second full week of the fall market, we've seen in a lot of parts of the GTA sales pick up. We've seen a lot of listings, but we've seen sales pick up. Not so much in York Region, however. So for September 18th, for Vaughan, 19 detached properties were sold, which is down from the previous week. 8 of those 19, though, were at $2 million or more. That volume has picked up. 8 in 1 week is a fairly strong week. Average sold price is $1,890,000. 1890 is 4% higher than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 10% lower. And if we look at over the last 3 months, I'm looking at the dotted line, the 4-week moving average. It's tough to see a pattern one way or another. Overall, it kind of looks like over time, over 3 months anyways, prices are generally kind of flat. Yeah, there are a few weeks they're up, a few weeks they're down, but they're generally kind of flat. 19 were sold. The percentage selling at list price or more, that percentage is going up. It's now at 42%. Listings, although listings are down from the previous week, listings are quite high for what we normally see on a weekly basis. Active listings is climbing up. Months of inventory jumped from 4.6 to 6.5 months of inventory. When we look at just the months of inventory, you figure we'd be in a buyer's market. You figure prices would be coming down, but I just showed they have gone up and down, but kind of flat over the last 3 months. You could see it here. They're up, they're down. And at 6.5, you would expect prices to be coming down. They really are not. Here's Richmond Hill. 16 detached properties were sold. Again, we didn't really see a big change in sales. 16 were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,677, $1,677. I drew a straight line across. 1,677 is one of the lower average sold prices that we've had throughout the year so far. 1,677 is 8% lower year over year. The median price is 7% higher. 16 were sold, almost a third, 31% sold at list price or more. Listings, although they're down from the previous week, they're still elevated. 89 detached properties were listed in Richmond Hill last week for weekending September 18. Active listings has taken a big jump, over the span of 3 weeks, it went from 371 to 453 available properties for sale. As such, months of inventory went from 5.2, where it's now at 6.5 months of inventory. Markham, sales came down from the previous week. 21 detached properties were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,673,000. 1,673 is 3% lower year over year. The median price is also 3% lower year over year. The dotted line kind of shows that prices are trending down. The dotted line, again, is a 4-week moving average. So prices are trending down slightly in Markham for detached properties. 21 were sold. A third, 33%, sold at list price or more. 88 were listed. Active listings is climbing. Months of inventory up from the previous week to 4.4. For Markham, we're sitting more in a balanced market. Here's a quick summary. And just for comparison, for fun, for those people that like to look at all sorts of different numbers, I looked at months of inventory of what it was for the same week a year ago. For Vaughan, for last year at this week, 3.1 months of inventory. We're now at 6.5, more than double. Richmond Hill, we were at 2.6 months of inventory this time a year ago. It's almost tripled. Markham, almost double from 2.3. We're now at 4.4. Look, you're going to experience a balanced market. You're going to experience a buyer's market. There's a few properties out there that, for whatever reason, could be their price point, could be how aggressive they're priced in the market, could be the condition, that just attract more buyers than other properties. Buyers sit back and just watch the properties sit there. So there's all sorts of different situations in the market. Working with somebody that can help you navigate that is crucial, working with the right person. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. You're about to see the inside of 75 Welder Road East, Unit 742. This is an updated 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo home.